Robin Wright pulls no punches about leaving America for the UK. America is a complete disaster. Robin Wright has opened up in a refreshingly honest way about her decision to leave the United States and settle in the United Kingdom, and her reflections might just surprise you. In a recent in-depth interview with The Times in the UK, the star of The Girlfriend peeled back the curtain on what life feels like on both sides of the Atlantic, revealing some stark contrasts that go beyond geography. Wright has spent several years working and living in England, and she sees the lifestyle there as profoundly different from what she experienced in the US. There's a freedom of self here, she said, suggesting that the pace and mindset in England allow for a much more relaxed, authentic way of living. Meanwhile, she described America as being controlled by a non-stop frenzy of rush, competition, and speed, calling it bluntly, America is a shit show. Her description paints a vivid picture. Unlike many Americans who are often caught in frantic daily routines, stuck in traffic, juggling phone calls and grabbing meals on the go, people in England seem to be more present and kinder to each other. They're living, Wright emphasized. A subtle but powerful distinction that raises questions about how modern life shapes our well-being, but it's not all idyllic. Wright also touched on a uniquely British challenge she's encountering, the country's deep and often rigid preoccupation with social class. As The Times noted, this obsession with class is something she's had to navigate carefully. The actress expressed her bafflement with how much importance is placed on who you know, or more specifically, where you went to school or university. It's very evident when you're in a room and you feel the judgment or the praise of someone who's more elevated, she said. I'm trying to figure it out. Why are you guys so obsessed with who went to this boarding school or this university? Who gives a shit? This candid reflection highlights a cultural divide that many newcomers face when adapting to British society. Robin Wright's story is not unique among Hollywood stars considering their homes and values. In recent years, several celebrities have chosen to relocate abroad, especially in politically turbulent times. For example, comedian Rosie moved to Ireland shortly after Donald Trump's return to the presidency, and even applied for Irish citizenship, praising the kindness and welcoming nature of the people there. Actor Hamill also contemplated leaving the U.S. after Trump's re-election, reportedly considering London or Ireland as options. However, his wife persuaded him otherwise, telling him she was surprised he would let a political figure dictate whether he stayed in his own country. That son of a bitch, I thought. I'm not leaving, Hamill recalled, illustrating just how personal and emotional these decisions can be. But here's where it gets controversial. Wright's blunt statement about America being a shit show will undoubtedly resonate with some, but alienate others who feel her critique is too harsh or unfairly generalized. Is the American hustle culture really as damaging and dehumanizing as she suggests? Or is it simply a different way of living that some thrive on? And what about the British obsession with class? Is it a quaint tradition or an outdated barrier that needs dismantling? These questions don't have easy answers, but they're worth pondering. How do you see the trade-offs between the fast-paced American lifestyle and the more reserved, class-conscious British one? Would you consider uprooting your life over such cultural differences? Share your thoughts. Do you agree with Wright's stark portrayal, or do you think she's missing some important nuances? Let's get the conversation started.